This is the first time there's ever been a hilltop finish in the 10 years that the Tour of Britain has been around, and significantly, the Southwest was chosen, and Haytor specifically, and the Tour has been up Haytor before. As race controller came up it last year, and the crowds were absolutely fantastic. I mean, at times it made the hair stand up on the back of your neck, and today was no different. Rode early. We came up about 2 or 3 hours before the start. There's already people flocking in and getting their spots on the climb. There's a little village, there's coffee shops, little stands down at the bottom. So, Devon County Council put a lot of effort in, and obviously publicised it to the point. I mean, I understand, I've heard a figure bandied around 250,000 people on the road today, which is absolutely incredible. And chatting to Ned Bolting when we came up here, it had the feeling of like a Tour de France mountaintop finish. Not quite the same height, of course, but in terms of the feeling around the place. This race really has stepped up, and of course, the Southwest involvement, specifically with Devon, they're all part of that. And I think it would be wonderful if we could ultimately have, although the decision's out of my remit, to have this is almost like a regular fixture, or at least come back from time to time, because mountaintop finishes in the Tour of Britain, I think they should stay. But in terms of the racing, Bradley Wiggins, it's wonderful to see, for Devon specifically, to see him, riding again in his pomp. He's had a troubled year, but to see him, wearing the gold leaders IG jersey up the final climb, and then of course sprinting out from the pack, young Simon Yates from the Great Britain under-23 team. What more could the crowd have wanted? Brad kept his jersey. We've got a young, a young contender who's going to be, I've no doubt, up there in the Grand Tours in the future, winning on the day, and everybody just had fantastic fun. And of course, before the race, you had the young kids, the local school kids, bazzing up and down this very, very difficult climb. I mean, I'm used to seeing kids on finish straights racing on the flat, but really creative of the people involved to get the kids racing up this climb, to experience, what it's like, what it's like to ride up climbs like this. I mean, it's not an everyday occurrence. Young kids of 9, 10, 11 riding up, climbs like this, and I think this is going to become iconic.